again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 15 Good Minutes. Coach B here. JR, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Everything's going good.
Great to hear that, man. This week, Freddie may join in. He had some internet challenges earlier, and I think his laptop's a little slow today, but we just wanted to take today's show and talk a little bit about, like it's Thursday as we're taping, and I know it gets released on Friday, but it's Major League Baseball opening day. It's a pretty significant day for me and you being, old head baseball guys. For me, it's take me out to the ball game. Now, before I get started with you, JR, I just want to, and this is something that Freddie told me last year to let go. And I'm working on it, but I can't. So I want to say this right now that used to be back in the day, the biggest game that I worried about, the biggest team that I worried about was Boston, right? But since 2017, it's been Houston because they cheated on us, right? And I can't let that go, which Freddie said I got to let go. So the fact that today on opening day, the New York Yankees opened their season at Houston and did a come from behind win at Houston to start the year off 1-0 couldn't be any better, Joe. Could not be any better. And if you guys are into Twitter, I would say that you need to go to the account of the New York City Department of Sanitation. They had a really good tweet today where they told everybody, bring your trash cans out to the game at Houston because, that's the way that they were cheating in 2017. They'd be banging on the trash can. So the New York City Department of Sanitation put out a really cool tweet today saying in New York City, we use these to collect rats and trash and things like that. In Houston, they use it to bang on the drum to cheat. So I'm really ecstatic that we got off to a great start. And here's the thing, JR, great day for Juan Soto today. Day number 1, right? He gets his first hit, but more importantly, he threw out a cat from right field to save the game. When you talk about our outfield, Verdugo in left field, it's going to take me a while to get used to that, mind you. Verdugo in left field, running one down, Judge in center, and Juan Soto in right field. Oh, they look good. And as Waldo got a home run today. So let me pivot over to you, man. That's my first thoughts. I couldn't have a better opening day. What are you seeing out here on the first day of 2024 MLB?
Here's the thing. Some folks had to work today.
I see where you're going with this.
I see where you're going. To listen on the radio, the portions of the game. But, I had my expectations are always high for the Yankees. But
and it's early. I totally get that. 100%.
I always worry about them shoring up pitching. And that's my thing. And I think that's always going to be their nemesis. I think as their pitching goes, their hitting may follow. Sometimes in past years the hitting has saved them. If a pitcher was hurt or couldn't go, But that's my only thing. I'm happy that they won, especially the way they did it from a comeback. And that's not to say that Houston's got their just desserts, but we're looking forward to seeing more of that.
Oh, 100%. And here's the thing, man. I totally get it. Most of those cats are gone now. It was 7 years ago, and it doesn't even mean because that was in a ALCS, right? And that's when we so it doesn't even mean that we would have got on. It's always bothered me, man.
It bothers a lot of our fans only because you don't want to be taken out by cheating. I think that's in any sport. You bring your best, we bring our best, and we're gonna play a fair game, and it goes on from there. So what I don't like about it is that they was cheeky in doing it. And out there whistling and smiling like everything was cool, and that means that everybody was in on the plot. I don't care what you say, everybody was in on it, and I think MLB did a disservice by not doing something worse than they had gotten. Okay, you still talk. I just think it tarnished the game, even though they, Pete Rose gambling, blah blah blah. That all tarnishes the game. And if you go,
and the thing is too, I never want to take anything away from the other team. And they went on that year to win it, right?
Yep.
I think so that was my whole thing was, get there. Here's the thing. And when you're the best, No harm, no foul. I mean, right
Yeah,
now, I think Texas Rangers are the reigning champs because of the way that they played in in
right.
in in
Yeah,
2023. You got to tip your cap to them. And again, everybody's optimistic today, right? Or those guys that are going to be playing tomorrow.
yeah.
You just want them to go out there and do the best that they can.
Well, and exactly. It's just cheating. Just cheating. As far as you go back, it's not the way to do it, man. You know.
And here's the thing, and granted,
It's
and like I said, I
absolute.
just wanted to get your opinion on that. I don't want to use the little time that we have on Houston, and 1-0 doesn't guarantee us a World Series
No,
berth.
no,
And to
no,
your
no, no.
point, I think our Cy Young guy is on the injured list already, starting the
Yeah,
season.
he's not
Garrett Cole,
even. Who's it? Corbin. Who's that?
Cole,
Cole. Cole. Yeah,
Garrett
Cole.
Cole. So and we I say we the Yankees aren't any different than anybody else who has to manage rosters and health. It's a long
Season.
season. We
Don't we
talk
love it
about
though?
that.
Don't we love
Hmm?
it though? Don't we love it? It's a long season, but we love it, you know.
So let me ask you this. There were a lot of movements, right, in the off season. Is there anything that in particular with this season that's caught your eye or anything that's got your
I,
focus?
I think the two things caught my eye. These traders of these superstars, like Shohan going to the Dodgers for that astronomical sum, even Soto coming to us. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been in the league a couple of years, a few years now, but still, he's still could be, especially in New York, a premier player if he starts hitting, to our porch. Uh, and Shohan, it's just not that. It's even the guys that you talk about all the time. These rookies coming out that you watch a lot. I don't watch a lot of them, but you watch a lot of these guys coming, and it's there's not going to be like the one and two maybe big. I mean, mega stars. These guys are coming. Dela Cruz, he's still working. You know, so they're coming, and baseball outlook to me is bright. Uh, the only unbright part is the astronomical amounts of money that the guys are getting, because that means somebody's got to pay. And you know where it first starts.
I don't think that's unique to baseball though.
Well, no, it's not. It's not unique to baseball, but you got an $800 million player in all the sports. Did no one done that yet? When they start getting more of those type of players, who knows what a seat's going to cost? What a hot dog's going to cost? You know?
Yeah, I haven't even. I mean, we know, like most of the stadiums now are cashless, and I sent something to I think I sent it to Steve the other day. I got a thing from the Yankees that showed, and maybe other stadiums do this too, but I got basically an email from the Yankees that showed all the new things that they're selling at the stadium. Oddly enough, a slice still isn't one of them. But to your point, the prices are going up every year. I don't think though that they're passing on the astronomical contracts cost to us. I think you're going to see that as part of those TV contracts, right?
Yeah, yeah, I agree, but they still got. Come on, man, a beer, $20 almost. You know what I'm saying? I
Here's
mean,
the thing. Again, I think the same thing is with the NBA. The same thing is
oh
with the
yeah, no,
NFL.
no,
I
definitely.
can't single out Major League Baseball for that. I think that's just where sports has gone. And to your point, it's like today Denise gave me the schedule for 2024 for our single A Fred Nats. So there's things to do. I mean, like I said, um, third base seats 4 rows up, $15. You can't beat
Yeah, you
that.
can't
So
beat
there's
that.
there's
Yeah,
a lot of ways to see good baseball. I'm also
yeah,
looking at college baseball too. I think the pros on every level, you're going to see that. So when I do go to a game, and I don't go to that many pro games, right? But when I do, I know whatever I get there is going to cost. I just go in, I can't go in, thinking that it's
well,
going to be cheap. It ain't going to be cheap.
I think it's because I don't want it to be cheap, but I want it to be fair. When my dad used to take me to games, I'm gonna date myself, but a hot dog was like 50, 75 cents.
Yeah, that ain't coming
Soda.
back, bro.
I know that's not coming back, but it should be. But the product should be reasonable to what things haven't changed. A 12-ounce can of soda is still a 12-ounce can of soda.
You're now that guy, that says get off my lawn.
That's
You understand
okay.
that, right? You are
That's okay.
officially that guy
I
now.
don't
Hey,
mind.
kid, get
Guess
off
what?
my lawn.
I'm about to be 67. I've earned the right. So, I just, I, I'm just speaking for all the people. You can't really enjoy the game with your kids, and not come home empty wallet. And that's all I was concerned about. My dad would sit in the regular seats, but sometimes he'd say, "Let's go up to the game," and he'd spend $1.50 or 75 cents for me and more for him. But it was $1.75. We go and sit in the bleachers. Yankee Stadium. Boom, that was it. And it was just having fun, getting with your kid, and him explaining the game to you, and that was that. But now, that's a lot of money to spend a seat for a kid who's in La La Land, maybe falling asleep.
Take him to a single A game. That's my whole point. If
Yes,
you're going to
yes,
spend
that's
that kind of
exactly
money to go see a Major League Baseball game, yeah, I mean, kids aren't interested. And now, as they get older and they're playing Little League, they want to see their heroes. I think as a dad, you got to pony up, you got to
Oh
pay.
yeah, that's that. Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
and there are deals to be found. Every team has those. Bring your kid to the stadium, get those kinds of things. But I don't think we're ever going to see a reduction at any point.
Oh, no. Not as long.
In that part of it. So let me ask you this: so does that mean that you go to less Major League games this year because of that?
Yes, yes. First of all, I don't mind watching the Nats. I think they're good. I think they're going to be pretty good this year too. But I don't know. It's just things that me and my wife we can do. Me and Wendy we can go out and do something with the money that we're spending on a baseball game. And I can enjoy baseball on my iPad or on television. And I'll give you one better. Sometimes I really enjoy listening to it on series. I just put it to the side and just listen to the game. And that comes from when I was younger, before we had a television. That's what we listened to, the radio.
Oh, I get that. And I do that when I can't. But for me, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in July at a baseball game with a cold one and a hot dog, I don't think it gets any better than that. So I get it. I mean, and it's all about priorities, man. If your family has other priorities and y'all would rather spend your money doing y'all, that's a good thing. But of all the sports to go watch, to me, even on the weekend, but a weekday, a Wednesday, getting out of Navy Yard and going over to the stadium, getting some popcorn, a dog and a cold one. I can't think of many things that make me happier, but I get it. You got to do your thing your way and keep happiness right there. But I can spend 3.5 hours at a ballpark, Mace, and be in the zone. So I know the costs go up. I don't go to a lot of pro games, but on average, it'll be 5 to 7 this year. A couple of Yankees games, a couple of local games for the Nats, several single A. I'm not counting those in that number, but I'm talking about pro games because
we need to make a trip out to Cal Ripken's place, man.
I've been out there too. Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot to see. I'm also looking, like I said earlier, college baseball. I'm following a lot of that. Going to see VCU play this weekend, and a couple other local teams. So I get excited about this time of year on the whole. And my point is that Major League Baseball is there, and of all the different categories, that's the most expensive. But college baseball, a lot of them, maybe $5 to get in. Some of them are actually free. And around the DMV, several colleges play and charge you absolutely nothing. You can go watch Big Ten baseball at the University of Maryland at that really nice facility for nothing. You just got to go out there and get it. But you have to be willing to give up 3 or 4 hours, which for me, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Turn that computer off, get out there. You kidding me? There's just something about being there. So to your point, I consume it a lot, follow it on the phone. I got my ESPN updates coming all the time. And when I have to, yes, if I'm riding, like I'm going somewhere and I'm in the truck, I'm listening too. I just don't listen as a
main source,
primary method of a consuming baseball. I got to watch it. So that's really, all, I think, for me, if it's anything unique that I'm looking for this season, to your point, a lot of personnel moves in the offseason.
Oh,
there's some really stacked teams out there. But at the end of the day, I think every team has to have some form of cohesiveness. They have to be able to mesh. And this is one point that if Freddie was here, I know he would make, is that it's a long year, man. And everybody needs good health. That's why I'm not asking you, who's going to win, but it's way too early for that. We got
Yeah,
plenty of
definitely.
time
I mean,
to
it's
talk
smart.
about that after the All-Star break in July. But assuming that everybody is fairly healthy, I think because of those movements you mentioned, there's a lot more parity. And to your point, some of the rookies that are being brought up, which to me equals really, really, really good baseball. So, but right now, I guess the big thing for us is it's back. It started. We'll be consuming as much as humanly possible over the summer.
Yeah. I see them late nights getting up for work. Yeah.
Exactly, especially those West Coast ones. If you get the MLB package, you just got
Yeah,
to
but
be on time for work.
come on, man. You're on West Coast time. Come on. You're
I
on
live
West-
on West Coast time in the East. It's what I do, and I'm gonna take whole advantage of that. So that's really all we wanted to do is say welcome to the 2024 Major League Baseball season and the others. I mean, college has been underway for a while, but this is a big day for us. Before we check out, JR, you got anything to say today, man?
No, I'm just have a great season, everybody. Play ball.
Yeah. I mean, if I had I got something to say, it would be a continuation of what I said last week, which is baseball related as well. Getting a little bit better at MLB The Show. Looking forward to incorporating some of that into my free time when I can get some. It's different for those of you guys that play. It's different a little bit than last year, but it's the differences are really really quite cool in terms of what you can do in personalizing your player and getting on that journey. So I got something to say is that I hope I can represent better as I go up through the minors and get to the majors. That I had a couple of struggles last year, but that's what baseball is all about. So over the course of the summer, I will keep our audience apprised as to how that journey's going. Right.
Right.
So yeah, that's really it. Well, next week, we'll have Freddie back next week. Where we will basically be focused on the Final Four and the NCAA that last weekend for both the guys and the girls, which will be really, really exciting as they wrap up the Sweet 16 this week. We're going to, dedicate all of next week's show to the Final Four, the championship. With that, we hope you guys have had a great week and look forward to having a great weekend. We will talk to you guys next week.
Later.